Joining us for a little bit is United States Senator John Kennedy. Hey, Mr. John, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to KEEL. How are you this morning?
Merry Christmas to y'all, too. It's great to be on, guys.
You know, Mr. John, the biggest news involving you of the last couple of weeks is your announcement to pass taking a shot at the Governor of Louisiana. I guess the first question is, leading up to your announcement that you weren't going to run, how far in advance of the announcement did you make your final decision, and what were the factors?
I announced it 9 o'clock on a Monday. I made the decision Sunday. I tried to be careful. Some people heard it, some people didn't, but in saying I was undecided, I know some people didn't believe me. I understand that. But I really struggled with it, and it wasn't about winning or losing, Robert. I mean, polls were pretty good for me, but it really was about, what do I want to do? Where do I think I can do the most good? I just got to Washington. I've only been there 2 years. I've gotten a little traction, and we've passed some pretty important legislation. On the other hand, my state's in trouble, and it's not personal. I just don't think Governor Edwards is doing a very good job. But I gave myself a deadline on purpose so I would decide, and I sat down that Sunday, Becky and I did, and I said, okay, I'm going to trust my gut. And I wrote my own statement with the announcement and sent it to my staff and said, type it up and send it out Monday. And I know some people were pleased, some people weren't. I got a lot of pressure to run. I got a lot of pressure to stay in D.C. The president leaned on me pretty good, but I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming anybody. It was my decision.
There were, as well as I do, there were tons of people, and pretty darned important people, who were extremely surprised, shocked even, by your decision. Leading up to your final decision you said you made on that Sunday, was it that you were going to run and then weren't, or were you really undecided up until that decision time?
Oh, I was really undecided. I mean, I really was. That's why I gave myself a deadline. Really, in terms of when governor's races start, they don't generally start until the January before the election. And I thought, well, maybe I'll take over the holidays to think about it. And I said, no, I'm not generally an indecisive person, and that's why I gave myself the December 1 deadline. And that Saturday, I had been I'd gone to the Natchitoches Christmas parade. I was in the parade, and so driving back that afternoon, I had a long time to think and made my decision. Don't look back.
What did the president say to you? What was the conversation with the president like about that?
Well, I'm not going to. It's a fair question, but I don't generally talk about my conversations with the president. I don't talk to him every day. I talk to him, I don't know, once a week, once every 10 days.
He encouraged you to stay in the Senate? Would that be accurate?
Yeah. Well, yes, he did.
Okay.
I talked to him yesterday, but not about this. But every president has his own style, and he's not a big guy for formality. Arrange a phone call at 9:17, and be ready. He just picks up the phone and calls you. I'm not saying it's the president's decision. It was my decision. I mean, I struggled with it. I like being. I'm honored. I'm so honored to represent my state, D.C. There are times, Erin, I just, I have to pinch myself and say, "Is this real?" This is it's such an honor to represent the people. But my state, I'm not happy. We're getting left behind in Louisiana. Every other state is progressing, and thanks to our tax cut bill, the economy is roaring, and we're just kind of muddling along in Louisiana, and Texas is getting our jobs, and our kids are graduating and then heading to Dallas and Atlanta and Denver, and the biggest thing the president's done, the governor's done, is he's basically spent a bunch of money and let prisoners go, and I just don't think that's going to help our economy.